Now this is old.
Phil, Collen, Elliot, welcome to the show. And I just want to say, we've come to Mount Smart before to interview bands and stuff, and you guys are the only guys to ever let us up on stage, and that's you guys.
Really?
Yeah. That's really, I mean...
How strange.
Yeah, well, a lot of bands, I guess, they just want people up here, but I was jumping around before, you know, like just checking out the stage for it and stuff. What's it like when you look out and you see just like masses and masses of people? It must freak you out.
Well, it depends if you're playing in a tent or not. It's kind of like a camping holiday.
Really, yeah. But you get used to it all,
yeah.
You know, I mean, like, you know, that doesn't mean to come across as being blasé, but
yeah.
You do get used to it, and it's a great feeling. We're very fortunate that we can see him, because if Rick Savage was up here, he can't see further than about 15 feet, so he's no idea what it looks like.
All right, okay.
But and he doesn't wear glasses, of course. So
there you go.
Oh look!
Oh,
it's the carrot. This is our mascot. This is Sidephil's carrot. Sidephil's our monitor engineer.
Sometimes known as the fuzzy banana.
Yeah,
for people with like a I'm kind of seeing
And so
impediment.
this carrot has gone on tour with you guys?
Since 1983.
Yeah.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, it used to sit here.
Uh-huh.
But now, obviously, it doesn't because the bass drum looks very nice. So, thank you, Vivian. Now go away.
Now, Vivian's the new guitarist.
Is he?
I know.
I wondered who he was.
I've read about it in Rolling
This guy
Stone.
been wandering around on stage with this for 6 weeks, and I couldn't figure out who he was.
What's it like when you auditioned for the new guitarist? I mean, must have
We
been...
didn't really audition.
You didn't audition?
Because we didn't want to get into that cattle call kind of thing.
Okay, yeah, so like get there and impress me kind of thing.
Yeah, we wanted to get someone down whose personality fit before anything else, you know. We knew that Vivian and a few other people could play guitar.
Yeah.
Because we'd seen them before and we'd kind of known them and stuff and known of them.
Yeah.
So we want to avoid that kind of like band audition type thing.
Sure.
So we want to get someone who's personality-wise kind of fit in with our kind of thing.
Cool. We'll be back in a sec, guys. We'll see you.
Because 70, isn't it?
Yeah, normally it's 70, but being here, obviously we couldn't physically bring the whole stage down.
Sure.
Normally, as you know, we play in the round,
Yeah.
which you can't do in a tent because you have to hang everything from up there. With the amount of equipment we've got, if we did it in the middle, it'd just pull it in.
Yeah, right.
So we're having to do a one-end show here.
Okay.
Consequently, we've left a lot of the crew behind. They're swimming back to America from Sydney right now, and
So you've just come from
just as a
Australia?
cost-saving exercise. And yeah, we just did 8 shows. No, we didn't. We just did 7 shows in Australia, down here for the one show. We've probably got less crew than what we normally have, but it is about 70 people.
Yeah, that's with truck drivers and stuff, you know.
Oh,
We
right.
don't need trucks if they're swimming across either. So.
You know, it must get confusing. I mean, you play one night in one city and another night in another city. You might get lost, man. You just, where am I tonight kind of thing, you know?
It's very different. Every night is very different. The audience is always totally different. Which
Yeah.
I even, like, we played 2 nights in Sydney, and the audience was completely different both nights.
In what way?
Well, one night, one of us fell off stage. and
Okay.
then- No, they're very different. Some nights they're a bit lame,
Yeah.
and some nights they're really enthusiastic. Same in Melbourne, you know, we had I think the best night on the Australian tour, I think.
Yeah, absolutely,
Was
yeah.
in Melbourne, and the second night, or the first night, whatever it wasn't. You know,
We've always tried to figure out why it's different when you play the same town, 2 shows, different audience.
Yeah.
And more times than not, the second night is better than the first. And we've always tried to figure out why. You'd think the fanatics would buy tickets for the first night,
yeah.
and well, okay, let's go. Would
Yeah,
buy
got
for the
nothing to
second
do
night.
tonight. Why don't I go check out Def Leppard?
We still haven't really sussed it, but one theory we've got is that the people that buy for the first night are
Yeah.
the ones that have got their credit cards and they phone in and they book their tickets, and then the ones that really want to go, but they have to wait till the end of the week till they get paid. Go
Right.
down with cash, buy their tickets, and they end up getting tickets for the second show.
Right.
So we'd run a little questionnaire afterwards, and we'd like
I'll
to...
be handing out little
Yeah.
questionnaires after
Really.
the show. Please feel free to fill it out and post it off to Def Leppard. We'll see you guys in just a
We accept Visa and Amex.
Phil and I were just talking just before we came here, and you're a vegan as well.
Yeah, well, I'm a vegetarian. I've got milk in
Got
this
milk?
coffee,
Yeah,
as you
okay.
can see. But yeah, I don't eat any dead bodies or anything. No.
Now, last time you came down, did a bit of press, and a lot of people seem to talk about that. It's like, it's kind of interesting that someone decides not to eat meat or something like that. It's like, oh, that's interesting. We'll write about that for a few days.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. I mean, loads of people do it. I mean, it's not anything kind of weird or anything.
It's just another angle, I guess.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
something uninteresting to talk about, along with all the other uninteresting aspects of being in a rock band.
So you guys have been together for an awfully long time, and you were quite young when the albums that are Hysteria and stuff started kicking, and you're making an awful lot of money. Well, I assume you were.
Spending an awful lot
Spending-
as well
yeah.
on recording.
Did you live on the edge, man?
Live on what?
On the Edge.
Oh, on the Edge.
Yeah.
I think when we recorded Hysteria, it ended up costing a lot more money than we thought it was going to, and it was kind of we had to sell all these records to just break even. So that was a bit scary, you know. It was you're in all this awful debt, and there's only one way out really. You just got to keep playing and
putting out the records.
Yeah.
I read in this interview, it was a Rolling Stone interview, that you guys take an awful lot of time to make decisions.
Yeah. Do we?
Well, that's what
I don't
it
know.
said.
Think about it for a minute.
Okay. I'll get the.
Yeah, we do.
Where's that Rolling Stone rating? Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Or not. I don't know. Let me think
hang on,
about that. Let me think about it for a while. Yeah, I mean, yes, the bloody roof's leaking.
The roof's leaking. I guess if you're a guitarist, that could be a bit of a worry with the wet roof.
No.
We're on wireless, so it's okay, you know.
Okay.
It's like gone are the days. I think gone are the days where you go
And you touch the microphone and get earthed or something
Yeah,
like that.
we're all kind of cable free, so that helps.
Yeah.
So we'll find out tonight, I guess.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
I read this interview with Axl Rose. Are you getting dripped on?
Yeah, that's okay.
With Axl Rose, he does this like 2-hour warm-up before he comes on stage. That's why they always go on late, Guns N' Roses, apparently.
Why doesn't he just start his warm up 2 hours earlier?
Well, I don't know. That's Axl's thing. Do you go through like a routine before you go on stage, like kiss your feet and then point north and all that kind of stuff?
Well, no, we kind of
We go good. We do vocal warm-ups.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's one of them.
bit of stretch.
Oh, that's good.
He lifts weights, Vivian stretches.
Yeah.
I always say in interviews I do, but it's an absolute lie. Yeah, we basically, the most, other than the guitar playing and the drumming, which you do get into a routine of it, and unless you've strained your hand, it's never really going to be any different every night.
Right.
But your voice is something that you can just wake up one day for no reason with a sore throat.
Yeah.
I did this morning. But by the time we go on, it'll be fine, because we've got these exercises that we do, which are just brilliant, and it works, and we do a lot of singing.
Yeah.
We do a hell of a lot of singing, so you've got to keep it in shape. And he's like a rugby player. He doesn't just run straight out and start kicking a ball around. They're in the dressing room stretching for hours before they go on. So
Have you heard about our All Blacks? The All Blacks that are playing in Australia. We have a national team of All Blacks.
Right, yeah.
They got thrashed.
Got trash.
It's not a good thing.
That doesn't happen very often.
No, but I think this is the time for them to start losing games. We'll see you guys in just a second. I was talking to a guy the other day, and he's a big fan of yours. He's got all your records and stuff, and sits down and listens to all your licks and copies them. Do you guys still have heroes?
Yeah, I mean, not necessarily guitar heroes. I mean, I've still got them as well, but yeah, just other artists and that, like Prince. I think it's great. Kind of, I go and see him whenever I can, and yeah, definitely we all have.
Yeah, I don't think you can. I think this, as soon as if you become blasé about it, like, well, I'm in a top rock band now, and in all honesty, to the people that we grew up listening to, we're actually bigger than they ever were, half of them.
Right.
So it's like, it's really weird to be bigger than people that influenced you.
Yeah.
But I think if you ever let that affect your judgment, like thinking, oh, well, I'm bigger than they were now, so they don't mean anything anymore, I think the whole enthusiasm would go out of it. I mean, we just keep, we listen to a lot of new stuff. We listen to all, your Nirvanas and Faith No More's, whatever, but, for every one of those that goes on, we'll stick on something else that we grew up listening to, whether it be T-Rex or Bowie or Queen or something like that.
And it's timeless.
It is to us, because
yeah.
there's a time in your life, and for me, I don't know about anybody else, for me, it's between the ages of like 11 and 16, where your brain is like a sponge, and it just soaks up everything that you hear. And you can hear a certain song on the radio, and you can almost tell where you were when you heard it the first time. You were in the bath, you were in a car, you're on holiday somewhere. And it's always going to be part of your life if music means that much to you, and it does for me. I think everybody in the band has got certain heroes. And if, you're in town and, like, say, for example, Ian Hunter, who I grew up listening to, like, big time, we played in Toronto in 88 in front of, like, 20,000 people. And he was playing a little club at midnight in front of, like, 800. And I was like, couldn't get off stage quick enough. It's like,
See, I gotta go.
Yeah, I'm out of here. Still getting undressed. I was jumping in the car. I've got to go and see it.
We're doing the encore, and there's no Joe.
Yeah.
That wasn't that bad.
Where's he gone?
Yeah, really.
I'm out here.
But
He waited for the last song.
It's like enthusiasm. It's like if you say, oh, I can't be bothered to go down. Yeah, maybe then it's becoming a job and not like a hobby that you're kind of being well overpaid for.
Right. I was out the front there before, and this is 5 hours before you guys come on stage, and there are people there already waiting, and it was raining and stuff. You still care a lot about the fans? That's a horrible word, but
Well, yeah, I mean,
the people who
I hope they
support
got
you.
umbrellas.
Yeah, they did.
Jesus,
They were
good.
cool. They had
That's okay
raincoats
then.
and stuff. They were sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. I mean, we kind of talk to them as much as we can.
Yeah.
It's like we're always kind of busy and that, but yeah, we meet as many people as we can. It's good you can get ideas and whether they like something or don't like something. It's important.
Yeah.
So if you completely cut yourself off from that, then you're in danger of, I don't know, being affected by ego and shit like that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And also becoming disassociated from what you're trying to do in the first place
Right.
as well. You know, if you don't talk to people that are buying your records, I mean, you really need to get a cross-section of them, and you don't always get that. Because the ones that do get to meet you are normally the fanatics that, like, hang out at the hotel all night or hang around the back of the gig all night.
Yeah.
And maybe they wouldn't necessarily tell you what you need to hear.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah,
all
less
but
inclined,
some
yeah.
of them do. Some will say, hey, man, your last album sucks. You know, which is fine, you know,
Yeah.
but then again, you kind of tend to ignore that.
There you go. Thanks a lot. See ya.
But, you know, I used to do the same thing in Sheffield. I used to hang around the back of the City Hall and wait for bands to come in.
Yeah.
But I was doing a TV interview the other day, which got sort of distorted out of proportion, but I was just mentioning the fact that I actually snuck into the dressing room backstage in 1976 to meet Split Enz.
Is that right?
Yeah, when they were supporting Jack the Lad on a British tour, and I got my Mental Notes album signed.
Oh,
and autographed
wow.
and everything. But contrary to how the broadcast went out on telly, we weren't actually influenced by Split Enz. It
Oh,
was just
okay.
me
You just wanted to
personally.
go and meet them.
I liked the album and I wanted to go and get it autographed.
Do you like
know.
Crowded House?
Some of us do, some
Yeah.
of us aren't so
Okay.
keen.
What about you?
I don't mind them, yeah. Some of us prefer the original, the Beatles. Vivian's a massive Crowded House fan. He's
Oh, really?
unbelievably into them.
Yeah.
He's huge in it. But, you know, I did the same thing. You drive in, there's half a dozen kids stood outside. And half the time, you really just want to get out and sign the autographs. But you just, you know, you can't. You've got to stay in because you've got to do a TV interview in 5 minutes.
Right.
So priority has to be for the majority and not the minority. And hopefully, they'll still be there when you leave so you can get them then.
Well, now I can speak on behalf of the fans who are out there in the rain. They are so glad you guys took time out to come here. It's only one show, but they really appreciate it. And guys, thanks very much for coming on.
Pleasure.
Appreciate
Thanks a
the
lot.
time.
Cheers.
Thank you. Thank you.